which is a Florida-based company that's based both in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. So our purpose here today was primarily to do an evaluation of the airport, to look at the structure, to look at the facility and the runway, to determine if we can actually commence a planned service that we're actually looking into based on a lot of feedback and requests that we've actually been having about serving Lakai.
Okay. Shortly, announce you're venu de konpayi qui est ici, you're based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Broward County. You're venu là, si on peut faire une évaluation pour qui a fait dans l'èpòt Antoine Simon Okay. So far, what do you see?
So far, I think what we've seen is actually a very nice and promising facility. I understand that Airport de Paris is here to do some more improvements, which is actually a very big positive encouragement to us to know that they're making more changes very quickly. And I think some of the changes they will probably be able to make before we consider a planned operation here in August. That's the time frame we're looking at this point. So there is a bit of work to be done in the meantime. So, and I know that our representative, Monsieur Fouchard, who has been our country manager here for the last 28 years, because we have flown into Port-au-Prince before and Cap-Haïtien, but he has been looking at everything. We have to do some work to establish a little bit more of a structure to be ready to be able to serve the passengers here. But we're very encouraged by what we see.
Très encouragé pour travailler avec fait, il y a un peu de travail qui fait déjà, il y a un peu de travail qui mérite fait toujours. Donc c'est ça seulement qu'il a fait, puis il y a une représentation ici. How big is this airplane that you guys?
This airplane, by manufacturer design, it's a 50-seat aircraft. But in our operation, we have actually changed it to a 30-seat aircraft. So it's 30 seats.
Ça, 30 places, mais normalement c'est fait pour 30 places. 50 places, c'est
very comfortable seats. And what that allows us to do is make sure that we can offer the best service to our passengers, because with everyone, the aircraft is fully capable of carrying all the bags for all the passengers with no problem whatsoever.
Okay, if everything is okay, when we can have when we can have the
first commercial flight?
Yeah.
Well, I think from what we are seeing here, the next week will determine a few things. We have a tentative plan for Friday.
Do you think by August 15?
I believe so. I believe that is definitely possible.
Yes, it
could be earlier, depending on some of the results that we see with the AN. Yeah, but definitely I think it could be.
Is it going to be straight from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Lakai, or do you have to make a stop?
At the moment, we would love to. We would love to. But unfortunately, because of the US TSA and Homeland Security approval requirements, and this being a very new airport, there is some certification that has to be done by the US to inspect this airport to qualify for a direct flight. Right. Hence, the reason why what we're doing is we're evaluating very quickly to just simply re-clear the passengers right next door in Kingston, and then we will depart to the US. So for the time being, what we will have to do is follow the guidelines. We've been actually advised by the TSA, where we will operate via Kingston, in both the
Florida to
Kingston and then exactly right to Lakai, and it will be that way for now until we have the green light and the go-ahead from the TSA to be able to fly direct.
Donc, on commence vol au point de Fort Lauderdale à Kingston, Jamaica.
Let me correct. We are going to do Miami first.
Yeah, we have Miami.
Yeah, Miami first, not Fort Lauderdale. And as the service improves, then we can always add an option to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
But it will be out of Miami first.
Bon, Miami, Okay, on va commencer. Et puis après, on va virer Miami, Jamaïque, Okay.
Right.
Et puis après, c'est pour changer pour Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. And we do expect the flight time, I mean, we do expect the service time in Kingston to be very short. Because what we have to do is we will just have to do one simple re-clearance of the passengers, which takes about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And then once we do that, everybody will be back on board the aircraft and we will be on our way. We are going, after we leave here in a few minutes, we're actually going to sit and meet with the heads of immigration in Jamaica to actually discuss the best way for us to make the service as efficient as possible. So it's a quick transit to be able to go through in both directions.
So how long was it from Port Idle to Okay?
Well, it was really about an hour and 22 minutes. But because of the limited navigation here, and for safety reasons, what we have had to do is add another procedure, which takes us about another 10 to 12 minutes, because we have to overfly the airport to make sure it's clear.
So about 1.5 hours.
1 hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah, 1 hour. So what about Jamaica to Okay?
It's only 37 minutes. It's very short.
Okay, Jamaica Okay is 27 minutes.
Yeah, it's actually 37 minutes to get across to Jamaica. Really, really quick. It's a very short flight. And so, you know, the connection to get from Kingston back over here will be no time.
So this company, IBC, is it going to be the only one? Or?
Well, we're not really aware of what others are doing. We have always had a commitment to Haiti for the last 28 years with passengers and cargo. We operated passengers into Le Cap.
You're getting for commercial, Cap,
right?
You're getting cargo too.
And we have done charter flights into Port-au-Prince for the police, and you know, between Jamaica and Port-au-Prince. So and of course we fly cargo. Well, until recently we were flying cargo every day. So we know the service here, and we would certainly love to get the opportunity to be able to offer this new connection to the United States.
All right. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you.